Good morning. It's Tuesday, November 29th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan and we are here to practice. We're here to practice. Right now, we're going to work on some floor sets and we're going to work on some foundation things today. So right now, we have a break. I talked yesterday a little bit about the philosophy behind practice and the idea that as we develop, as we build our skills, one of the things that we should, is occasionally, not forever and not, long period, take a break. Take a break. Hey, I'm taking a break right now. And I may take a little bit more of a break closer toward the end of the year. I'm thinking I may take a week off. It's not easy getting up every morning being here. It's not. I enjoy it. I have a good time with it, but it's still not easy. So I may take a week off. What we want to do today is focus a little bit, because this is kind of in the middle. Right? I'm in the middle. I haven't started something new and we've just finished something. So this interstitial, the space in between, I talk about that with the breath as well. What I want to do with this class today, and probably tomorrow as well, is to pay a little bit more attention to some of the foundation things that we need to have, we need to understand. I may not beat up on them in class every day, but these are things that when I started learning every day, this is what we did. And we build on that skill, we build on whatever that ability that we create for ourselves, we build on that as we practice. So in this class, I have built my ability to sustain a thought through the entire class. I do a little bit more than that actually, but alright, so that I have presentation, that I have some sense of what we're doing in this class today. I start with that, have to. That I have some idea of what I'm teaching. Well, I have a whole lot of idea about what I'm teaching. I got a whole lot of ideas about what I'm teaching. That's not a problem. Right? And then how do I, as a teacher, how do I bring that together so that someone who wants to learn can actually do that? It's more than just, yeah, I'm going to get up here and do something. It really is. All right, I'm going to get started here. Now, on down. Because this is really where we start. Right here. On the floor. Yeah. Yeah, you can come here. Alright, Alright. Now, I happen to be sitting comfortably for me. Alright, I'm going to turn and I'm going to do some other sitting positions. But what I'm going to call out right now is where my knees are. Right? It's not here. It's here. Right? And my back is straight. It is. Now it's not. Now it is. And that little bit of a difference, slumped versus straight, is so very important. Do this with me. You just relax the legs. We're not paying attention to the legs so much right now. Just put them wherever you want to put them, but get them out of the way. You should feel your hip on the floor. Not leaning forward, not leaning back. Straight, shoulders over the hips. So your center holds in, this all pulls in. Not hard, just a little bit, just enough to support your weight. Okay? This is intended to be more of a balance. Finding that balance point. So where is my back straight? Where is it that I can sit with no effort? A little bit here, but no real effort. I'm just sitting here. Where is that? No, I'm leaning. And no, leaning. I can feel it in my hip. Here, I can feel it in my abs and my shoulders, right? I can feel that tension here. I can feel more tension here. No tension. Tension right back in here. The lower back. Come up around the kidneys and the hip. No tension. Where is that point? Now, second part of this, again, why pay attention to this? What are we doing here? Breathe. No, I take this back. Slump. Sit here straight. Now, drop your chest. Slump. Now breathe. Big deep breath. Take another one. Big deep breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now, sit straight. No slumping. At nice, comfortable, balanced position I was just talking about. Now, take a deep breath. And breathe out. And one more, breathe in. And breathe out. Feel the difference? You should. You should feel that in the first case where we're slumped over, all of the muscles in the back have to work more as you breathe in to expand the back and open the lungs. And there's a part of the lungs toward the front that really don't get much of a workout. There's nothing going on. This is closed. It can't move. Here, the whole breathing apparatus, the lungs, the diaphragm, all of the adjacent muscles and tendons work freely. Open and close. That's why we want the back to be straight and to pull up through the center gently so that the diaphragm can pull the air in. Diaphragm sinks down, air comes in. Diaphragm pulls up, air goes out, right? That's the function, the functional description of how our breathing, human breath, works. Okay? Lungs expand, diaphragm sinks, pulls air in, diaphragm pushes up, lungs contract, pushes the carbon dioxide out. We breathe. Every movement, every art that I practice requires connected breath. If the breath isn't connected, if you can't breathe because you're sunk down here because you dropped your chest in, you can't breathe, how are you going to do the movement? sustained movement for, I don't know, 10 minutes? Not unless you're breathing well. Right? That part of our human body that we need to breathe. We need to be paying attention to allowing it to work. Right? So if I'm slumped here, I'm not allowing it to work. If I'm straight, and I have the opportunity that can work. What do I want to do with this? I just talked about that. As we breathe in, we open and close. Right? That relaxed, excuse me, that, no, I'm going to have to do that. This is why I keep something to drink. All right. That relaxed, open, and close. Is one of the things, one of the most important things that we pay attention to in our foundation practice, in our fundamental practice. Again, if we're not breathing, right, in harmony with the movement. Okay, so the idea that we're not breathing, yeah, I've seen people hold their breath trying to do a move. It doesn't work. It doesn't, really doesn't. The combination of this movement with this breath. I'm going to do this and I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to do that, I'm going to breathe out. That gives us the entry point to begin working with chi, the internal breath. All right. When we practice this idea of knowing what the physical body can do, which is part of what we're talking about this morning, knowing what the physical body can do, knowing how it works. This is the really what the way it works. There's no question really that this is medical science. We know how the body works. Now we're going to use it. We're going to use what we have to do something else. Now, I emphasize a lot the preparation and the warm-ups, partly because they are, and particularly this idea of keeping the back straight, pulling up, relaxing the breath, using the breath. You can't do anything without it. You can't do anything without it. The other thing that, and I'm getting back down here, and the other thing that we pay attention to is the strength and the ability to move. Okay? So, keeping the back straight, pulling up through the center, allowing the breath to fill the body, and to release that breath, to exhale fully, is something that we want to pay attention to. How do we open the body? How do we build that skill? How do we develop that coordination so that as I breathe out, and I'm going to use this hand, if you didn't notice, it was this hand that's going to do this, all right? As we breathe out, that move, I'm going to do that same move and I'm going to breathe in. It looks different, doesn't it? It feels real different. You try it. Just, this is brushing knee from Tai Chi. Do one time, breathe out. And then do another one and breathe in. Same movement. Oh, it feels real different. Right? That's my point. It does feel different. Now, let's talk about the movement. Movement itself. Alright, this movement, right? Generally, our upper body moves pretty freely. Most people, again, there's folks that have different issues. I have my own. Alright, different issues with the back, different issues with the... Alright, as we move though, most adults, and all children, for the most, again, there are those folks who have issues, but for the most part, we have pretty good freedom of movement in the upper body. We don't have too many constraints. I might have a little issue get my shoulders to work in the morning. I may need to do a little bit of something, which we're going to do in just a minute. More of us, however, have something going on with the legs, right? So, sitting here like this, and I'm going to turn around. Okay, just sitting here like this. I'm feeling a little bit of a strain right here in my lower back. I'm feeling the strain here in my legs. And I'm, back straight. It's good. I'm alright. Not everybody can do this. This position is what I need to be able to take my leg to hip height. If I can't sit here like this, my leg is never going up. Okay? So, what do I want to do? A couple of things. First, right here, even if you have a little trouble getting up and down, you can usually get down to the floor and bring your knees here and hug them. It's just not real tight, just enough, right? Hold your knees. Bring your chest to your legs and pull up at the same time. So what you want to keep going. 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the back straight. 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, relax. Okay, and I'm just going to cross my legs, and as we pull forward, opens this area, and it gives us a little bit that sense of doing a sit-up without the strain of doing a sit-up, right? So, right here, as I pull forward, right in here, the same muscles across the front that work to do sit-ups, which, we're going to do some, work with this. So, if I'm just getting started, I don't have the strength, I don't have the flexibility, I don't have... watch what I'm doing. I can't do that. There's no way. I ain't got that flexibility. Look at her. Look at what she's doing. She's sitting there on the floor. I can't do that. You can. Maybe not today. Alright? This, feet are flat. Hold your knees. Even if you're sitting back a little bit at first, it's not up here. It's here. Legs are straight. Pull. Flatten the back and pull. Hold and release. That simple exercise will set you up for what you can do next. Here. right? And this is about where I'm going today. Now, there was a time, and there could be a time yet, when my nose would go between my legs. Right here. It's just nose to the knees kind of thing. Now, that flexibility takes work. Again, none of this is magic. It just takes work. And we build on whatever we've done before. So some of what I've done before, I still have, and I get to build on that. Some of what you may have, you may or may not be helpful to what we're trying to do here. I don't know. We're going to build on that. Whatever helpful parts you have, we're going to build on that. All right, so over the toes. Talk about this for a second. When we do this kind of exercise, we're going to pull to the front, right? You don't want to twist your foot. So you don't want to pull on this side, you don't want to pull on this side. So either you grab your ankle, which does not give your foot the stretch, or you grab your toes, and it's straight over the toes. So my toes are bent back, and I've got my hand right across the metatarsal arch. Pull. And again. And again. One more time. Reach out over the leg. This idea, reach out over the leg, this is the same one that I use with our basic stretch. Just reach out over the legs. Yeah, reach out over the leg, right? Little bit of pressure, not a lot. This should not be hard. You don't want to break something, okay? And that's one of the reasons that we do floor stretches. Now I'm going to do just a little bit more because this is starting to feel pretty good actually. That stretch through the back of the leg, yeah, it's nice. All right, and this is easier than with both legs front. I'm trying. Yes, it is. It's okay. So one leg here, one leg here. Over the leg, shoulder, knee, straight line, over the leg. Why? And no, yes, don't pull one way or another. It has to come straight. And so you're not pulling to the outside, you don't want to pull to the inside. This has to come straight over the foot. Otherwise, you start developing a really bad habit. You start stretching to a point where you could much more easily injure yourself. And the goal of doing the floor stretches and getting warmed up is to not injure yourself, right? So don't do it. Knee to the nose to the knee. There we go. 1 and 2. Stretch out 3. And come on up, and again 4. Relax and stretch. Stretch through the leg. Nose to the knee. Alright, relax. The release. Okay, this is not a bounce. We do not bounce. No bouncing. This stretch is not a bouncy stretch. I do a stretch where I do a bounce for a leg set. It's not this one. Okay? Don't bounce. Extend, release. That extend stretches the muscle, and the release allows it to continue to stretch. If you bounce, you trying to snap it. Don't do that. Not for this. Let's reach out. All right. As we develop, again, more and more ability to move, as we develop the skill to do different things, right? We also develop greater flexibility, and we need to be able to use that. Several, and I've talked about this repeatedly, several of our forms have full extension. That means that if it's going down, we're going all the way down. We're not, it's not stop halfway. There are those that do stop halfway. It's not that that doesn't exist, but we do have some things that go all the way down. Many of the forms use the full extent of movement in the human body. And I'm going to talk about that for just a second. I'm going to show you something. Oh yeah, I used to be able to just up and down, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Right? However you do it, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. That I was on the floor and now I'm standing. That was the point. I might give another set where let's talk about how we can get up and how we get down, right? I do that. In Wudang's 3 basic methods. Now I'm just talking about this extent of movement, right? Wudang's 3 basic methods. We have creeping snake, shishingbu, and I'm here, and this foot extends, and I come through, and I'm here, and this foot extends, and I come through. That extension, I'm going to have to get there. It's not happening this morning, but I'm going to get there. Maybe. Nope, not happening. Why? My hip's not open enough. Seriously, this hip is not open enough for me to be all the way on the floor in that move. Okay? So what am I doing here? I am stretching that leg, right? Here. Keep going. Yes. It can be done. It can be done. I have seen multiple people do it. My teacher in his younger days could do this. I came close. And that's my point. I'm here. All right? This leg has to push, and I have to be able to pick my body up and move it forward. I can't do that today. Probably not tomorrow either. But if I practice this set regularly, I would be able to do it. There are several things that are part of development that we don't always pay attention to. So as I develop, and I've got weight on this foot, right? As I develop my ability to hold through my supporting leg, I get better at being able to extend this leg, right? So I'm going to go up and down. Let me go up and down. All the way down. Nope, can't go all the way down. How do I get there? How do I get there? Keep going. Practice. Seriously, that's how you do it. You practice. Now, you may need an appliance. You may need some prop. Bring my trusty chair over here. Here's a chair. I have a chair. I'm going to use this leg to go down. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I have something here that I can use for balance as I'm working to be able to go lower on one leg. On both legs, this is from dance, this is a plie. Second position. Bend, a little bit wider, to the 45, all the way down. I went past 45. All right, that was easy to do. My hips were open, I wasn't holding so much, and it just, no, keep going, right? That, and I'm leaning forward, here, yeah. Now I'm leaning backward, right? Leaning forward as I go down here, right here. It would be better if I was here and I didn't have to roll forward as I come up. Floor stretches, open the hip, more stretches, more work, open the hip, and now, question, not sure, maybe, I'm still going to have to get there, but I think I can get there this time. Yeah, here we go. Now, not perfect. Still leaning forward. Not as well placed over my sustaining leg, which in this case my right leg, as I would like to be. But after stretching a little bit, doing just a little bit, now I can do this. And that's my point. All of the foundation work that we do gives us that ability to compensate, that ability, what can I do with this? I can't do that. Can I do this? All right. Oh wait, I was going to do one more. Coiling snake. Okay, so we creeping snake, right? I'm here. Creeping snake. Extend this foot. This all the way down. And come through, come up. And do it again. All the way down. Alright, I said, this is Wudang's 3 basic methods. I'll go over it. We'll work on this a little bit more. My point for today with this, it goes all the way down. If you're flexible and strong, you can do it. If you're not, you have to build that skill. It's not, unless you're like 3 or 4 years old, it's not magical. You can't do it. without practice, without some training, and without trying to pay attention to what it is you have to do in order to get there. Coiling snake has a similar, this is Wudang's 3 basic methods again. Coiling snake. And I was a little bit off, but that's the move. All the way down. Let me go to this again. Now, I'm close to all the way down. I'm close. I'm not sitting. I need to sit all the way down. This one, I'm much closer. Why? Why? Because I've got the ability to use both legs. I'm not trying to keep my weight over one leg so that I can extend the other. Right here, go this way. I'm on the right leg. As I'm turning here, you see what I'm doing with my knee? It's tucked in behind my other leg. Now, there's space between the legs. There has to be so that they can move. But I can help support my sustaining leg with my turning leg. This turning leg back here. Right. Tuck it in. The body angle and the direction of movement is also different. Different requirement for physical movement, different requirement in the body. What do I have to do? What do I have to hold? How? What? Right? You want me to do what? This concept, right, has everything to do with our ability to use the physical body, which is the mechanism for the art. If I'm practicing Tai Chi, push. I have breath, I have movement, I do something, right? Same thing, Tai Chi, push. A little bit different, same application, more or less the same movement, but a greater extent of movement now. The more I can open up my body, the more I can relax, the easier it is to open and have that extent of movement without being rigid, without being stiff, and without being, I don't know what to call it, it's stuffy. The movement looks like it's forced. It's stuffy. Yeah, that was better, right? That sense of I know what my body can do and I'm going to go do it is part of what we want to develop. I know this movement. I can do this movement. How do I do it? What did I do with that particular move? What's it feel like? Did I have to, and I'm going to use Xingyi as an example here. P1. Okay? We should use strength in Xingyi. forcing it. No. It has to come from inside. If it doesn't, it looks stiff, it looks forced, it looks artificial, and it ain't gonna work. Xingyi, Pichuan, stiff, oh no, Pichuan, basic. This is just basic Pichuan, right? Pull in and step through. Okay? Basic. Okay? No extra force, no extra effort, just there. Okay? Now, trying to decide which one I'm going to do first. I'm going to do the wrong one first. This is forced. This is stiff. I'm going to be as stiff as I possibly can. I'm going to make this look as just really hard to look at as I possibly can. Expression on the face, all they don't do that. No, no, no. With force, not just artificial stuff. It's okay. Perfect? Nah. I need a couple of repetitions to get perfect, but you get the picture. That, right? The B monster movie. Godzilla. No, don't do that. Don't do that. We want the body to be relaxed, and we want to bring strength. We want to bring whatever we're going to bring from the inside out. This is the internal arts. So I'm just internal arts. If you practice external arts, you may want to do something else. This is internal arts, right? So for and I have to say this because I'm going to trip over this if I don't. For some things, whether you're practicing the internal arts, external arts, it doesn't matter. It's the same. This is a horse stance. It's the same. It doesn't change. It's a horse stance. We practice it in the internal arts. We practice it in the external arts. Shaolin has a horse stance. Every system that I have ever seen, and that's a lot of them, has a horse stance. What you do in horse stance, yeah, that can be a little bit different. How you think about what you're doing in the horse stance can be different. But everybody's got a horse stance. Everybody's got a straight punch too. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Everybody has a straight punch too. Go ahead. Low horse stance, 50. Foundations. Again, I cannot stress strongly enough, and I'm about to wrap up here for today. I cannot stress strongly enough the need for the foundation work that we use in all of our forms. Horse stance count 50 that would be something that I would give every time class meets for beginners. I would expect an advanced student 100, 150. I used to do lots more repetitions. I don't do those particular moves as much anymore because I'm doing things that I used that to build on. So I did the foundation work, and as I developed my skill in the foundation work, I developed additional skills that were more advanced, and I continued to build on that, and I continued to build on that, so that, yeah, I still remember all of the foundation work that I did, because I worked on it. I did. Do I do it every day? Not the way that I did when I was first learning. Because now, I already have it. It's more a matter of maintaining it and being able to recall what I wanted to do right now. This is what I want to do. Okay, let's do that. Jing. Right? Tai Chi. What do I think? Now I can do it. That connection is another one of those things that we want to develop, that we work to develop as we're practicing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm thinking. As soon as I think it, I can do it. That reaction, that ability to respond and to have our body respond as we wanted it to. Not, well, hey, no, I'm not doing that right now. As we wanted it to, comes from our foundations. I'm going to be back tomorrow, more foundation stuff. This is the interstitial, this is the in-between. We finished Bagua. I'm not getting started on anything new really until January, but I am working with these sessions to build on some of what I've already done in the foundation sets, to add a little bit more, maybe a little bit more understanding, a little bit more demonstration of some of the things that result from the foundation work. Because one of the things that I really want to make sure people take away from what I'm trying to teach is that what we're doing has all these other side effects that are beneficial, that are that physically beneficial, mental health beneficial, all kinds of beneficial. Okay, so what we're doing here, we'll work on that. That's what we pay attention to. And there's all this over here. That's the side benefit that comes with. It's like you order the plate and it comes with the potatoes and the vegetables and a pie and a drink, right? It comes with. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. I hope you're having a good time with this. I am. I really am. And I appreciate everyone that has been watching and that continues to watch. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow.